But this has caught me eye, a Mini. It's had a full Subaru floor pan swap. Nissan Navara with a full R35 GTR engine. Gotta make a few thousand horsepower. But oh, there you go, he's opening the thing. And you can just see the supercharger inside. So welcome back to another video. We are at the Autosport 2024. Now the Autosport's got a bit of a bad rep the past few years. We'll see what the show's like, see if they've increased it. It's been probably 5 years since I've been. Let's get inside and let's see if there's any interesting cars. First impressions, walking through, obviously the entrance, not busy, it is early doors. It's a bit quiet. I'm gonna guess that's the live action arena. Let's have a look round. Norris Designs 3-door Evo. All this area comes off. This has been around for many years. This was the Evo to beat back in the day. And if anyone has never seen this, this is a 3-door. It was shortened. I think it was way before the Time Attack series. It was shortened for the 10 of the Best series to lose some weight, but what an amazing car. This has caught me eye, but this is obviously a Mini, but it looks like it's had a full Subaru floor pan swap because all this looks like very much like Subaru, and it does sit very far forward in the engine bay, but this is super cool. I might even try and get the guy's contact number to do a full feature on this thing. All the wide arches, all in carbon. Cool build, because as people know with my channel, love engine swaps and I love stuff that's different. I'm glad I've stumbled across this. This is the Navara R, Nissan Navara with a full R35 GTR engine underneath. This thing is insane. I've only ever seen it on YouTube, but look at how awesome this looks. Obviously the uprated top mounted turbos, billet, inlet manifold, amazing build. And I don't know if they've done a chassis swap, I don't know if it's the floor pan underneath. It's 1,000 horsepower, great build. I say I'm not really into the new stuff, but this thing stands out. It's got a lot of presence about it. It looks very smart. An RS3, full wide arch, and I'll be honest with you, I like this. To say I'm not really a new car fan and I'm definitely all about the old school, this has got something about it. I can appreciate that for a new RS3. Not massive supercar fan, obviously the McLaren Senna, but I've got to admire green carbon on this thing is absolutely a work of art. Beautiful carbon work. Again, I suppose it's what you'd expect for the price of it. So a couple of noticeable cars that I keep stumbling across. The Forge Golf Mark 1, which I can say is absolutely stunning. Now this has caught me eye from a distance. There is a lot going on here. It looks like a giant Pro Charger. So if anyone watched the video where I went and seen the Drift Golf Mark 1, the BMW powered one, this was there at the time. Giant supercharged V8. And like I say, hats off to the Drift boys. These things get abuse. Something a bit different. 4-door Sierra with a Corsa engine, making 463 horsepower. Very interesting, because like I say, they're normally Corsas, or normally people do everything to 3 doors. Nice to see a 4-door being used. A nice classic Skyline up for sale. We've just asked the owner how much. We guessed around the 120 mark, but it actually turns out it's actually 150,000 for a pristine Mark, I don't know what the class is, I'm going to kill this one, a Mark 1 Skyline. Beautiful car. What I do like on this, I love these fan blades. They look cool as Christmas. The only thing that would make these better is, unfortunately, they're not spinners, so they don't self-center. So if they were self-centering when you're driving along and it looks like the caliper's still on that side, that would look awesome. But nice little touch them, like that. Anyone who knows, we love a Group B. This obviously has been around for quite a while. So what happened when the Group B era kind of went and stopped? A lot of the cars went to Rallycross, and from memory, this thing ended up in Rallycross. We ended up dropping off a classic Subaru for my biggest fan, Kurt, down at Engine Tuners to have some work done. There's a Subaru collection, a Type R8 club. He's well excited, going around going, not as rare as mine. But to be fair, this one's quite rare. I think so, what is it, a 202S? Yeah, very rare little thing now. So when our new comes to lunchtime, still very quiet and very spaced out. There's a few nice things here, but looking small. So let's have a look at this one. Corvette. Don't really like Corvettes. Don't know if it's a Kevlar wrap or if it is genuine Kevlar. Couldn't really tell you. It looks like genuine Kevlar if you look at the trim in that bumper. Triple rotor, giant turbo. I love a rotary engine. I would love to have something like a triple rotor with just that brap noise they make. Awesome. And the turbo's huge. Looks like something like a 45 or a 42. Makes some serious power, this thing. This thing, which is very interesting, has not got any barriers round, but this is the 1994 Colin McRae championship winning Subaru. That's unreal. Just have it, just again, it's lovely to see. I would have thought this thing is near enough priceless. It would have had a barrier around. Wow, amazing to see the original Colin McRae car. Kurt's tattoo of the L55 back. I must stood next to the bloody thing. How much this car is so iconic. We're in a massive corner of one of the halls, and look at how empty it is. There's a couple of like sim racings over here, bit of a PPF thing here, but look at how dead it is. This giant stand here for this motorsport jobs, 2 sim racing things, it's just dead. Can't get over how empty this place is. A lot of companies and people aren't here. Let's carry on. I'm sure we'll stumble across some other little bits and pieces. So this is one thing that's going to be a goal for the channel. I really want to go and watch tractor pulling in the future and see how it works, see how it goes on. And the reason being is these boys just walking up are the kings of multiple engine swaps. Now, not only if you look at this one, which is obviously what looks like 2 supercharged V8 engines, this is crazy enough, but then look at this. This is 2. Let me just swing round. This is twin engined also. Twin Rolls-Royce, which I'd probably say something like the Merlin engines. That is insane. And this is the reason why I want to go and watch tractor pulling, to work out how they work the twin engine setup, because it's technically powering 1 axle. So as you look, as you go to the rear, it's all done 2 automatic transmission type things to probably a chain drive or something to a single prop. One thing in the future I really want to go and watch is tractor pulling. So we're into the 3rd hall, a big corner of Teslas. None of them really motorsport orientated, just advertising Teslas, and the rest of it's dead. The 3rd hall, there's only 3 halls and they're all dead. I don't get it. Where is everyone? One bit of good news that hasn't been lost to the show: the man who brazed of aluminium. He's everywhere, this boy. But I'll tell you something, there isn't the guy who has the unbreakable drill bits, there isn't the guy who has the cloths that soak up so much water, the mops. So stumbled across this, first time I've seen one. This is the ProDrive E25. So this is the reincarnation, brand new Subaru. I think they're making 500 something, they're £500,000, but it's basically a brand new Subaru made by ProDrive on an old shell. Like, I don't want to say a resto mod, but that's technically what it is. But then behind it is a very iconic car. Everyone will know this, Ken Block's Fiesta, now owned by Mark McCann. This thing doesn't need no introductions. What an amazing vehicle. Glad I've been able to see it. The engineering on this thing is immense, and again, watching the videos of this doing the Gymkhanas, unreal. What a car. So we just spoke to the guy with this one. He was telling us obviously about the engines and the low down torque and what they do. But this one was interesting because if you look, one engine sat the opposite way to the other engine. It tells me the reason for this is to take out the torque twist in the chassis. One engine's going that way and the other engine's going that way. I never understood why they were opposite ways when I seen pictures, but that certainly does explain the logic. Again, this is only 2 geared down to the single prop, but what Kurt has spotted, look at the steering column angle on this, straight down. That must be notchy, but look at this. This is a piece of engineering. Got to make a few thousand horsepower. I am well looking forward to go and watching some tractor pull. It is bang on 12 o'clock on the Sunday of the show, and look at how dead this show is. There's hardly any stands, there's hardly any people around, it's quiet. What's gone on? I can only think bad reviews from last year have really put people off. And to put this in perspective of how bad it really is, it's 3 halls, 1, 2, 3. Well, it's 12 o'clock, we got in probably at 10 o'clock and we're near enough done. I booked the live action arena for 2:30 thinking we'd have a load to see, but within the next 20 minutes we'll have seen this all and be done. Yeah, a bit upset really. So I am hoping in the future to do a full video on all the collection of these. This is Godstopper 3. I'd say one of the best cars there I've seen. Amazing build. I won't go into too many details because I haven't got talks of going to be able to do a feature with all 3 of the Godstoppers, but look at the suspension design. Unreal. All inbound with a centre one to assist each other even more. So come back to the tractor pullers to ask some questions because it intrigues me. So this is basically the throttle body setup, but I didn't know what the rest of it was. This is a fuel booster which works on the throttle body to allow when you're kind of off throttle, it adds a bit of fuel, but this is the main injector. So there's no injectors actually on the top of the engine, that's the sole injector. And if you look, he has a GoPro mount sat there and he films the fuel pouring in. So he's literally singling, oh there you go, he's opening the thing and you can just see the supercharger inside. Can you imagine the fuel? That is insane. So then looking on top, I've also asked some questions. These are assister injectors. So obviously when you're trying to start it, the system's dry and it's got to go through the supercharger. So he assists with some fuel in here to get it going, disconnects it, and then it runs solely on that injector. That's the water methanol tank, which they use to help with a bit of cooling, because it does run water, not a lot, only about 5 litres, but the water is actually run through some of the chassis rails as well. I'm well excited to go. I think it's Banco de August, he said. They're all racing. So it's 1 o'clock, looking busy. What the hell is going on? This show is just died. No one around. We're done, we're walking around, we're literally wasting 2 hours now before the live show, but it's dead. It looks like everyone's just gone home. Look at how quiet it is. Hardly anyone around. Mental. kg, 400 horsepower, doing 2 seconds to 60. I don't think that will. I might be wrong. What's the V9 engine? A big one, V9 engine. So another thing, look at how empty the live action arena is. The show has just finished, absolutely empty, it's dead. So what can I say? Very, very disappointing show. Like I said in the beginning, I haven't been for probably 5 years. They had a really bad rep in the last year, and I actually thought this year they would have sorted it out due to all the complaints it got. Small, cars were scattered around. It was, yeah, it just wasn't worth the money. 45 quid to get in, 20 quid parking, your fuel, 100 quid just to come and see technically what took 2 hours to get around, and then we had to walk around just so we could watch the live action arena show at 2 o'clock. Yeah, thumbs down from me. We've been, spent some time with my mate, that's all that matters. So I'll sign this video off. I hope you enjoyed that. A few interesting little bits and pieces we found. So take care, and I'll see you all on the next video.